Hello everyone, today we are back with another video with Dr. Suprati Gupta, and in this video we'll be discussing in detail about PhD. So my question to you is how to apply and where to apply for PhD?
This is the most important step of life. If you have started early, then you have already decided the professor. If you have not started early and in the PhD step you are deciding, then you must go through the biodata of each and every professor wherever you have prospective chance and choose the professor and see his publications. Once you decide the publications, please go through the publication, know the professor well. And once you know the professor well, in interview, you can always convince the committee that you are a capable person.
Okay.
They will try to know whether you understand anything. So when you have read the papers of the professor, he will be enthusiastic to look forward to work with you. So before you apply, choose a professor, choose his topics, study those topics. But also, you also have to go and talk to him whether he has the quota. He may not have the quota of that year.
Okay.
If he doesn't have the quota, you can wait for one more year.
Okay.
You can even ask him, sir, can you give me a research associate post so that I can work for you for 1 year and join PhD after 1 year under you? There can be such possibilities. So most important, select the professor, see his publication, understand his publications, study them, and then do the application.
So sir, to become a professor in IITs, is it necessary to have PhDs from IITs or abroad?
That's one of the trend, but you know, if you have a PhD from say Pilani, Jadavpur University or from NITs and you have sufficient amount of papers, I don't think you have any problem in the employment. But of course, to find a good professor, good guide is very important. But I think with time things will change. You will find good professors in all these universities. So if you are not getting chance in IIT, choose PhD from anywhere because at least you will get a good teacher.
Okay.
So don't bother whether you are getting in IIT or not. If you get it from Pilani, Jadavpur University, NITs to do PhD, and if the guide is ready, you can even collaborate with professors with IIT and jointly take their help also. So do PhD, please become a professor. I would love that.
Is selection of institute more important or the selection of guide more important?
I think the selection of the topic and the guide is more important. When a person decides to join PhD, obviously it depends on his capability also. So first he should go through the profile of the faculties in the department across all the institutes and see whom he likes. What are the work he has done? Go through the papers. And only because that is a topic that you will have to live all your life. You will not be able to complete your PhD, you will not leave the topic. So that's a topic that you will be investing your life into it. So better choose the topic carefully, and associating with a good guide is very, very important. So when you apply for the PhD, you choose the topic, you choose the professor, and in the interview show how much you know in that subject. Automatically you will get selected in that topic.
So now that a student has enrolled in an institute and his guide has been selected, so how does he decide his topic?
So generally when the student comes to the professor will explain to him what work he has done, what are the topics of his interest, and obviously also ask the student his own interest. Okay. And then professor will possibly tell you that these are the topics that you can select from.
Right.
So first of all, within the allowed topics, you should choose one topic. In that topic, you should read the papers the work that has been done by your professor. So ultimately, PhD is an incremental science from the work that has already been done. It cannot be a new rocket science. So when you are approaching the study, you have to see what your professor has done, what people across the world has done on this topic. Okay. Whether your brain tells you that this is a incremental knowledge which is possible, feasible, and whether the instruments are available or the facilities are available under the guide to execute the work. Once you understand these are feasible, you can decide the topic.
So sir, the first and most important phase is the literature review of a project. So can you guide us a few hints on how to do literature review?
So once you have decided a topic, so that implies you understand that there is a gap in that research. So first thing, you study the papers that has been, the work that has been done by your guide on similar lines. Here the guide has already explained to you what are the gaps, whether you agree or not. It may be right, it may not be right. So then you, in the papers that your professor has written, there will be references. Read them. On your own also, search the, I think your institute will have the journals already available to you. So search them and find out the papers in the related topic. Once you understand, you also find out how the work has been done. Sometime the results depends on the experimental procedure. You have to understand the experimental procedure, materials used, procedure and thought process, and then you will understand that how the work can be done. And this process is basically called the literature review.
What if a person has his own idea for research? For example, he has done some research in MTech and want to pursue it, or he has some which is different from what his guide is doing. So how can he pursue it?
First of all, if you want to pursue a topic which is quite different from your guide, you must be very careful because your guide may not be capable of guiding you. So it has to be at least near his topic. So you have to explain to him, because if you don't explain to him and if he doesn't understand, how will he be of any assistance to you? So it's very important that when you decide a topic on your own, you have to find a guide who understands your topic. Let us assume you have a brilliant idea. Let us understand the professor also understands it. What if the ecosystem does not exist? Can you do it?
No.
Suppose you require a supercomputer and you don't have it. Can you do it? Suppose you want to develop a car parts and the facilities are not available. Can you do it? So you have to be practical. First of all, your ideas, when you have that idea, I think once you have idea, you must have done your own literature review. Sure? Can you develop an idea without literature review?
No.
No. So you have done your literature review. So you basically know who are the professors who are working in your field. If you have not done that, then you are not worthy. So please do that and apply to a professor who understands you. You just cannot be impractical and apply to Tom, Dick and Harry and say that, sir, I want to do this. He doesn't understand you, how can he guide you? So there are many times it happens like this. A person with 9.5 CGPA applies and he says, I want to do in this topic. And in this IIT there is nobody interested to guide in that topic. He is not selected.
So suppose a PhD or MTech student wants to get married. So is the scholarship provided by IIT or any other institution enough so that he can sustain his living for his and his family?
I'm not sure about other universities. Let me talk about IIT.
Okay.
The scholarship that an MTech gets may not be fully sufficient, but the PhD, the one that they get PhD, many people are getting married within that.
Okay.
Whether it is luxurious or not is a different question. They get married apartment, which is very cheap, so that adds to the benefit. But if you think of another way, why do you want to have sufficient? Why can't you do part-time job? Why can't you, when I was a PhD student, early morning I used to distribute newspaper and earn $500 extra. My scholarship was around $1,800 and $500, that is around 30% extra salary I used to earn money. It was a good exercise for me. So why can't you all think of a culture where you do part-time job and try to think of earning money? Maybe by doing photography, maybe by doing coaching. Nowadays a lot of money can be earned by different ways. So think of ways to earn money, and if you are getting salary, scholarship, it's good. You're getting an almost free apartment, which is very nominal fees.
Yes.
A lot of PhD students are sustaining within that. MTechs, it is difficult, I guess. My son used to earn 30,000 rupees per month working 6 to 8 hours after class 12. So you could also earn at least 20,000 rupees working 4 to 5 hours.
That's great.
So I hope in future students just don't bank on their parents' money
Yes.
and earn something on their own and get exposure in life.
So we should become independent with ourselves. We should, as sir told, that we can earn a very good amount of money if we invest in part-time jobs. So we need to change the culture here in our country. In abroad, a lot of people, everyone at least, if they are doing their masters or PhD, they do their part-time jobs. So we need to change the culture here.
The $500 would be approximately the rent of a married apartment.
Okay.
So
nice.
that would convert to approximately say 30,000 rupees in Delhi. So if you can earn a rent by a part-time job, that's a huge saving. So I look forward that with this message, more people will be doing part-time job and make understand the importance of independence in life.
Right. So we have heard that PhD generally takes 5 to 7 years to complete. So why is it that it takes such a long span of time?
Well, this is very funny. Students used to get scholarship for 7 years. So sometimes the professors, sometimes the students,
Yes.
it happens by both mistake, they relax. It's a safety. So looking at that, IIT has decided that they will not give scholarship after 5 years.
Okay.
They will not give housing, even hostel facility after 5 years. So I'm sure in future all PhDs will finish in 5 years. And it is not difficult to finish in 3 years, but not so easy. I took 4 years to complete.
Okay. So thank you sir for your valuable time, and I hope that this content was useful to our viewers.
I also hope you come back for PhD.
Yes sir, we'll look forward to it.
I hope you will find your passion and a successful journey ahead.
So I hope everyone liked this video. If you have any queries, you can ask in the comment section below. I would be more than willing to answer them. And also let me know in the comment section below whether you like this video or not. Apart from this, our today's guest Dr. Supratik Gupta is also a humanitarian and he works on various social causes. He also has a YouTube channel with the name Supratik Trust. So link is in description below. Guys, please go and follow his channel. So with this we came to end of our video. So this is Raza signing off and we'll keep coming with more videos very soon.